One of the things that separates professional images from snapshots is the creative use of depth of field. By adjusting the aperture on your lens, you can control how much of the background remains in focus. When you use a narrow aperture, the foreground and background elements can be in focus. But when you set a wide aperture, the background goes way out of focus. But that's not a bad thing. An out-of-focus background can draw the viewer's attention to your subject. Busy or distracting background elements can be transformed into abstract patterns of color and tone that really make your subject stand out. Now let's take a look at how to achieve this effect. Aperture is measured in f-stop numbers, and here's the trick. A small f-stop number gives you a small area of focus. A large f-stop number gives you a much wider area of focus. And the range of f-stops is dependent on the lens that you're using. On this 50mm lens, it's got an f-stop range that starts at 1.4 and goes all the way to 22. When I shoot at 1.4, only the area where I choose to focus is guaranteed to be sharp. By contrast, if I shoot at an f-stop of 22, as much of the image as possible comes into focus. Keep in mind that depth of field and aperture become much more crucial when you're shooting nearby objects as opposed to distant ones. So you really need to pay attention to your aperture when you're shooting close-ups as opposed to when you're shooting wide, sweeping vistas. Now, aperture, depth of field, and f-stop numbers can sound a bit daunting, but with just a little practice, you can really enhance the power and communication of your images by thinking like the pros. Well, that's our show for this week. If you'd like to learn more about digital photography, go online to masteringdigitalbwbook.com. Tune in next time for more tips, tutorials, and exclusive interviews. Until then, I'm Amadou Diallo. Happy shooting.